I've been seeing what you've been doing online about the house buying.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to you about that.
Yeah, yeah. So, have you seen like our Facebook ads where we're saying we buy houses?
Mm-hmm.
You have any interest in seeing one of the houses that we just bought? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go. So what we try to do is find houses, downtown in cities. I'm biased because I like living downtown, and I do live downtown. But plus, that's where most of the houses are, just cluster of people. So my point is, we're really close to the house that we just bought a week ago, and so this house is a perfect example of like the type of houses that we're buying for people when they message me on Facebook and say we buy a house. We'll look at anything below $120,000, depending on what shape it's in. We try not to do big remodels. We try to get in and out of the house, 1 to 5 days. But if we're in it longer than 5 days, we're paying a lot of money, and contractors, and it's just eating into our profits.
So how many people are reaching out to you to sell their house?
It seems like we're getting like 3 to 5 messages a week, and we reach out to every single person and say we're interested. The business model is buying houses and trying to sell and make some money.
Hi guys, this is Melissa, the owner of Freeman Brothers, a Mexican food truck. We have authentic Mexican food. We are located in Corbin and Mega Mart. Come check us out.
This is exactly the type of house that we love. It's an older home. It's downtown. Main Street's 3 blocks that way. It's small. It needs a little work, but yeah. So I'll give you a tour. So when we bought it, the people that moved out left all their furniture. Like, it was really dirty. That's common, and that's fine. But as long as that's pretty much the only thing that we need to deal with, then that's a good house for us. We don't want to come in. We could paint the walls, we could fix everything, but what we're trying to do is get in and out in less than a week, put it on the market, and then try to sell it for a little bit of money, and then just rinse and repeat. And so the name of the game, though, is putting our name out there and saying we buy houses. We make it very easy for people. We use cash. We can handle tough legal situations. Like, we have one where we're having to evict someone's family member, and they wanted the family member out, but they were like, I can't evict my family member. Like, I was like, well, we'll do it. We'll be the bad guy. So yeah, let's look around. What would you fix?
What would I fix?
Yeah, like instinctually, like when you look around, like what would you want to fix? Or does everything look good? I appreciate, I like that too, but
I would paint it different colors.
Because of taste?
Yeah. And I don't know, just to make the whole house look just one color.
Like fresher? Yeah, and that's something we used to do. And again, if you start to paint, then all of a sudden you're patching the walls. It becomes this huge project. So it's just so much easier just to leave the walls the way they are, especially as long as there's not like fist holes.
Yeah.
And even then we might not touch it. The name of the game is 3 to 5 days of basic things, get out, put the house on the market. Oh, so this was neat. This is how they were heating the house before.
Just with that?
Yeah, the furnace, I guess, went out. So they didn't tell us that. Not a big deal, but furnaces are expensive.
Yeah.
We have a big decision to make. They did leave that, fortunately, but are we going to fix the furnace, which might cost a few $1,000s? Or are we going to just sell it with just that heating the house? We're probably we don't know. It really just depends on how much it's going to cost just to get everything cleaned up.
So if you do that, like, is the house more expensive? Like, do you make it more expensive?
See, are you saying like, well, can we sell it for more if we fix it? No, but it might make it easier to sell, but it's going to cut into our margin.
Yeah.
So we got a decision to make there.
Would people buy it like that?
That's a good question. We can always fix the furnace later if people want the house. It's always easier, like, okay, we've got a contract, and in that contract they say, well, we'll buy the house, but we do want the furnace working. So then we're happy to spend money on the furnace because the house is sold.
Yeah.
But we don't want to fix the furnace and then hope the house sells. And that's the way we've been doing it. I don't know if that's the way to do it or not, but.
So you're going in and spending the least amount of money, is that correct?
Yes, that's the name of the game, because the more money you put in these, your margins of making money get smaller and smaller. So the next room's the kitchen. So the kitchen is very tricky with all these houses because you can spend as much money as you want on the kitchens. So like everyone nowadays wants obviously stove, fridge, but there's no dishwasher. So do we put a dishwasher in or not? We can, but again, it's just another thing we're spending money on and time, and it's cutting into our profit. So, I mean, what would you, like, if you're just looking around, what stands out that, like, you would fix?
That I would fix?
Yeah, just what do you think would be necessary to get this house to sell? There's not a right or wrong answer because we're asking ourselves the same thing. I mean, the walls could be painted. Whoever painted, they probably didn't hire a painter. They just probably did it themselves and did a poor job.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad.
And again, we're trying to sell this, like we're trying to sell this for $130,000, which in this market, it's the lowest tier on the market of a house that's move-in ready. So is there anything in here you see that makes it not move-in ready? Because I don't personally. We're gonna clean it up and as shiny as we can and just put it on the market. So that's how we're doing it.
So how much are you trying to make on each house?
We're hoping to make at least $10,000 on a house. At $10,000, it feels like it's worth all the time it takes to find the deals, to go through the whole closing process, which can take weeks, and we're solving problems like crazy, to actually getting it back on the market.
So if you're trying to make $10,000 for a house, how much would you pay for it?
So we try to, so if someone messages us and says, will you buy my house? The first thing we do is we go on the market and see what that house will sell for on the market. And then we'll typically offer them about 30% below the market. We'll tell them, it's like, your house will sell for $130,000. We're gonna offer you $100, or we can help you list it. We give them the options. But if they need a quick sale, we will pay $100,000 for your house. They move out, and then we'll put it on the market ourselves. We'll take the risk of it maybe sitting on the market a few months. But that's why it's a win-win for a lot of people. Yeah. The house is sold.
So why would someone take so much less?
Because look at the state of this house. Right now, it's not worth $130,000. We are gonna do the things we're able to do because we have our maintenance guys, our contractors. We're gonna come in and, hopefully less than 5 days and get it to where it can be sold for that $130,000. But then even if it's on the market, it might be on the market for a few months. And it costs money to own a house. We're keeping the utilities on, paying the taxes, insurance. So it's not like it's free just to have a house. But we're willing to take that risk. And when we say 30% less, we're building in, how much money we have to spend to get the house ready. We have hired Jonathan for professional photos. I mean, all the costs add up. So, and that cost adds up for us, but also adds up for the people that are selling the house. Every month they're in here, it costs money. So it's worth it to them just to get rid of the problem. And, we try to be fair with people. Like a lot of times people even tell us, this is what the bank payoff is. We just want a little bit of money above that. And we typically always do that. Like, okay, well, your payoff's this, we'll add $10,000, $15,000 on top of that. That way they're getting something, it helps them move, and then we get the house. And so it's funny, this is actually the first time I've been inside this house because the realtor actually analyzed the deal and basically asked if we want to pull the trigger. So yeah, this is all new to me. So like we see this in every house. There's always the TV stands that they take the TV, they leave the stands. But actually, this bedroom's actually pretty nice. I mean, it's got this like shelving. I mean, it's not bad. So I mean, I wouldn't touch anything in this room. I mean, we just need to clean it up. But, floor's a little beat up.
It looks gross.
Good observation. Did you say it's dirt?
I said it looks gross.
It is gross. But, and so that's another, like, it's a perfect example. Like, our contractor would be like, do you want to replace ceiling fans? And I'm like, no, clean it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it would definitely look better if we replaced the ceiling fan. But ceiling fans are, they're cheap. Ceiling fans are probably $70, but you got to pay a guy his time to hang it. Yeah. So it all adds up. So we really have to be very, very cost conscious if we're going to make this work.
So how big is this house?
So this house is like 1,000 square feet. It's 2 beds, 1 bathroom. Bathroom's actually right here. But this is, yeah, it's a nice size house. Like, yeah, well, like what would you do for this bathroom? Like, yeah, so like this tub just needs some work. So this is an example of a decision we have to make. Do we replace the whole tub, or do we try to make it work? You know, is it savable? And so the contractor will let us know what our options are, and we'll always go with the quickest. Maybe not the cheapest, but the quickest, because we got to get this house done.
Is this a normal size house for you?
Yeah, we're really comfortable with these houses, because the bigger the house, the longer you have to be here, because there's more stuff just touch. Like even just cleaning a bigger house is hard to do. So this is my ideal size house.
How long does it take you to like sell it?
Sometimes it can take a few months, and it costs us money every month. You know, paying the bank, paying the insurance, keeping the utilities on is just is at least $100 a month. You know, you got to keep the utilities on. And so just like the inside, the outside, we have the same decisions we have to make. You know, we can always, you know, pressure wash the siding, you know, redo the gutters. I mean, there's missing handrails here, and you know, we'll probably have to replace those just because of like a lot of the government loans require it. So when we sell it, we'll have to. Yeah. But I mean, it's a great house. I mean, it just needs a little bit of love, and a lot of times people just can't afford some of these small things, and so it's just easier for them to say, you know, solve the problem for me and just take the house. So that's generally how this works. And so like especially on this house, you know, there's a few things you can do easy. You know, just clean the driveway up. But again, man hours. How much are we going to clean it up? We're going to pressure wash. You know, these are the decisions we're having to make on every inch of this house. But, you know, when we bought the house, you know, we knew that it just needed a little bit of cleaning for the most part. You know, we knew we weren't getting into a situation where we were having to like do any kind of, you know, major remodel. Yeah. So, you know, like something simple, like just cleaning the windows, or, you know, it just adds so much to the resaleability. But again, it takes time, and these people don't either have the time or they don't have the money. So this is one we'd probably have to pressure wash, because I mean, I don't know how this happened, but we would have to. I mean, it looks like the crime scene, right? So would you buy this house?
No.
What?
Am I supposed to say yes or no?
No, it's fine.
I mean, honest.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you buy it? Too rough? Yeah. So, and if you think that, other people are. So we're gonna have to make it so that's not as rough and it's easier to sell.
So property in this condition, why would you buy this house, or why not?
Yeah. So for one, it's the right size. We know that we can, even if there's a big surprise, we can still get in and out in a few days. So this size is attractive already. Even though it's a little bit dirty, you know, I'm only seeing cosmetic issues. You know, we can pressure wash, we can maybe paint the windows if we wanted to, but all that's pretty easy. But if I'm looking at like rotting windows, or if I'm on this porch and it's wavy or like rotted, you know, that gives me more pause, because a front porch repair alone could take a whole week. Yeah. But the biggest thing is inside. As long as I'm walking around and I don't feel any soft spots, you know, that's a big green flag on purchasing. You know, we don't want to get into where we're replacing floors, anything. We've done that in the past, and that's how we lose money on these. So anyway, so that's generally like the analysis we go through. And you know, but the business model doesn't work if we're not advertising saying we buy houses. It's as important as any of this whole process. So you know, that's why we do these specials. That's why I'm having you know, follow me around. But I also want you to learn about it, because you could do it yourself, and you know, it's something I want. You know, I could see you doing in the future as well. So yeah, I mean, does it seem kind of understandable and approachable? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Thanks for having me out. This was very informative.
Thank you for joining me. So, all right, guys, been another episode of the PropertyTales podcast. Melissa, I drug her around on another adventure. If you do have a house like this anywhere in Kentucky, message us. We will come look at it. We'll likely make an offer. I mean, you guys are the reason we're able to do this. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time.